Is this on? Oh, okay. Thank you very much, and good morning. My name is Frank Schowengerdt. I'm the director of the Pacific International Space Center for Exploration Systems, or PICES, at the University of Hawaii at Hilo. I'll be presenting the Lunar Research Park idea to you, the International Lunar Research Park concept. My co-authors here are John Hamilton, who is the Deputy Director of PICES, Dan Rasky, the Director of the Space Portal here at Ames, and Jim Crisafulli, the Director of the State of Hawaii's Office of Aerospace Development. I was quite enthralled by Clive Neal's keynote yesterday when he said we've got to get organized if we want to get back to the moon, to do some of the things that we've been talking about doing, because everything is in a period of gross confusion right now. I think that's not an exaggeration. Times of confusion are also times of to talk to you about PICES. I've made presentations at the NLSI before on PICES. We've been around about 4 years, and if you have questions, you can talk to me or to John Hamilton or any of the PICES folks who are here. So, the outline here of my talk, as with any good news story, is what, where, when, how, why. Missed the why in there. But what is the ILRP? What will we do when we get there? Where will we do it? Why do we need it? When will we do it? How will we do it? The what is very straightforward, exactly what the name says. It's a research park on the moon. This is our website. A robotic village that will be developed by many nations and many organizations. We are organizing it, as Clive said yesterday. We need to get organized. We are organizing this. This is coming out of the state of Hawaii, but hopefully will involve every state and everybody who wants to be involved. It will begin with a terrestrial prototype at PICES in Hawaii, and I'll say a little bit more about that later. Migrating to the moon robotically to conduct science, commerce, exploration, education, all of the kinds of things that we can do on the moon, initially operated telerobotically, but eventually developing the infrastructure for permanent human presence. This is a flexible path that fits in perfectly with the flexible path of the current administration, with the current national space policy, and with the current NASA authorization law. Where will we do it? As I said, we'll start with a terrestrial prototype at PICES in Hawaii. We will set this up as nearly like an actual robotic village on the moon as we can do it. We will invite folks to join us at this research park. It will operate very much like any research park, of which there are hundreds, literally, around the world. It will be a government, industry, academic consortium running it. We will invite people to join us to set up the robots, learn how to integrate them, all the interoperability issues, common communications, common power, all the things that we will need on the moon to make this initial robotic village cost effective. So we will have a base facility at UH Hilo, which we already have sort of now. The robotic village prototype will probably be adjacent to that. It'll include a visitor center. We will have field sites on the Big Island, including the current PICES test site at the 9,000-foot level on Mauna Kea. Excuse me, go back. Research and development will be conducted by a consortium, as I said earlier, of universities, companies, and NASA field centers, and international space agencies. Lunar robotic operations will be initially teleoperated from Earth. Why do we need it? There are a few lessons that I hope we've learned from a half century in space. Apollo was a great program. It inspired me and many, many in my generation to get into science, to get into the space program. But we had money then. We put 5 times as much money annually into Apollo in real dollars, current dollars, as we're putting into all of NASA right now. We're in the midst of the worst recession that I've ever seen in my lifetime. No one country can afford to put humans on the moon or any place else right now to stay. So what we have to have, if we're going to do this, is a multinational, multi-sector, incremental, that's important, can't do it all at once, infrastructure-based approach. Dan Rasky's given many very good talks about infrastructure-based exploration. We can't take everything from the Earth. We've got to build some infrastructure somewhere. The moon is an excellent place to do that for all the reasons you already know. I don't need to go through all those reasons. It's only 3 days away. It's close. If somebody had wanted us to colonize the solar system, they would have given us a moon 3 days away. It must be affordable and sustainable. The only way it's going to be affordable is if we get everybody involved. We can't afford to do this by ourselves. No country can. The only way it's going to be sustainable politically is if we get everybody involved. That's why the ISS is not being deorbited, because there's too much international pressure to keep it up there. And it must create benefits along the way. For the world, we need a common goal. We need an alternative to war. If we could take all the money we've already spent in Iraq, we could have already done everything that I'm going to talk about. Opportunities for trade. The only time, if you look back in history, that the lot of humankind has advanced is when we were expanding. When we came to the New World, when we expanded across to the West. We need leveraging. We need to learn how to live and work together on another world. For the nation, it advances STEM education, opens commercial opportunities, generates jobs, leverages scarce resources, recaptures our leadership role in space, builds on the President's recent Robotics Initiative. For NASA, we've already shown them that this is probably an unsurpassed analog. They've used it quite a few times. Other organizations have used it. Get NASA out of its current bind between the administration and the Congress. This is a third way. Employ a variety of launch platforms so that many countries and many states can be involved. And keep the exploration ball rolling without committing to return humans to the moon. Commerce, I think this is obvious. These are some of the commercial applications that are important to the state of Hawaii, but others, many others as well. And don't forget the kids. These kids are going to be in the height of the prime of their careers when we get to Mars, maybe. And these folks can go to the moon. And they're excited about it. This is just a notional timeline. I won't go through this. We hope to have this thing up and running when for the 50th anniversary of the Apollo landings. How will we do it? Engage the international community. That's critical. The consortium that I mentioned, the concept is currently being funded out of Dan Rasky's office here at Ames. Field operations are currently being funded by these organizations, including 2 international space agencies, and we will leverage private activities such as the Google Lunar X Prize missions. In summary, The world needs an international goal. NASA desperately needs an international goal. Not a destination necessarily, but a goal. The International Lunar Research Park is a cost-effective, flexible approach. No one nation or company can do it alone. We've been there, but we haven't done this, in the words of the President. I can't believe that the President didn't mean we've been there, planted flags and footprints. We don't need to do that again. But I bet if I could sit down with him for a few minutes, he would get excited about that. Okay, we came in peace for all mankind should become we came in peace with all mankind. Thank you very much.
Any questions? We got time for one.
Yeah, Frank, you want to talk about the focus group meeting?
Oh, yes. There will be a, thank you very much, Bruce. There will be a commercial focus group meeting at actually 12:30 today over at the Space Portal. If you're interested in learning more about the IRLRP, grab a lunch here in the tent and just go down to building 555, Space Portal, and we'll discuss this more. Yep.
We got time for one more question. Okay, y'all need to wake up.